Another reason why you have to keep dogs in a backyard or like in your house is like they will get themselves in trouble.
Oh yeah, I tell people, I'm like, you're gonna get sued. You could, it's just, you don't want to go through all of that over your dog. Come on.
Yeah, just like put them in the backyard.
Yeah.
Or get them what they need to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Lifeline Podcast. I'm super excited. Today we have Amy and Leah. They are our animal control officers for the city of Dickinson, and excited to have you guys on because obviously animal control is a huge part of the animal welfare world. So thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Okay,
awesome.
So we'll just jump right into it. So can you each tell us a little bit about your background and how you got into animal control work?
Sure. So I started out at Friends for Life, a no-kill facility in Houston. That I just got lucky, got hired as first, job no-kill. So I've done no-kill shelters, nonprofits, corridor rescue, shadow cats, some spay and neuter clinics here and there throughout the years.
Yeah.
Never thought I would be animal control. Never thought I'd land here, but I'm glad I did because it's my thing. Yeah.
Good.
So.
How long have you been in animal control?
For about 5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went from nonprofit no-kill rescues to city shelters. And, totally different, how I've learned so much and stuff throughout the years on, shelters and stuff. So I picked things out here and there, what I've learned. So
Definitely. That's a really good, well-rounded background then. Yeah. I didn't know that you were at Friends for Life. Mm-hmm. How old were you when that?
Oh, I started when I was 24.
Okay. Like kennel
tech? Yeah. Started out as kennel tech. Everything I've learned is hands-on.
Yeah.
Learned street smarts and stuff. I did some clinic work, but it wasn't really my fit. So shelter work has always been my thing. And somehow I ended up being animal control and I love it.
Awesome. Okay. And Leah?
So my journey's not that long. Back in 2020, I started working at a boarding facility. And so after a couple of years, my friend adopted a dog from Bayou and she's like, oh, they're hiring. So I just looked into it and then I got the job. Here I am.
Awesome.
Several positions at the shelter so far. So
shows everything.
I don't know if this is the last position here.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Just make my rounds.
Well, when Nina was on, she talked about how since it is a small team, you guys all kind of have to pitch in and that you are all willing to do that, which is amazing.
Yeah. Do everything. Anything that needs to be done, any of us can do it.
Yeah, so we do. We do the medical stuff. We keep up with that. We keep up with helping with the doctors. We go up front if we're not running calls or have animal control stuff going on. It's a really great team.
Yeah.
I've worked for a lot of teams.
I was going to say, is that, is it different than any place you've worked?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And I really think, management, our job is hard as it is. And if you don't have the support from your management and stuff, and the city shelters are hard anyway, because you got to go through the city for things. But if you have a supportive manager and, good team around you, that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before we started, we were just talking about how awesome Nina is.
She's amazing. She's good people. She's passionate through and through. It's not just a job for us.
Yeah.
It's who we are.
She cares how we feel about things too.
Yes, she does.
So that helps a lot because she's genuinely will sit us down and be like, how do you feel about this situation? And we'll tell her. Yeah. She's like, okay. Put every perspective in there.
Yeah. Yeah. She's amazing. I was just telling you, if I'm held up doing an intake and a call comes in and I'm like, oh, I don't want to, Nina's, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I've never had a boss that would, help me out in the field too and be the director and it is exhausting, but like I said, it really matters who you're working with. It'll make or break a team. And I'm so glad that I'm, came back to Bayou. I was here before.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And now I came back. So it's crazy how things happen.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to be here.
We have to be.
It's a lot of fun. It's stressful, but it's a lot of fun, especially when you have people you like working with.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a great team.
And I'm sure it's helpful having somebody who has been in it for 5 years as a new person.
I can look up to her and be like, hey, what do I do in this situation? She's like this. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm now I'm not just winging it on my own. I can actually ask for advice and figure out the right ways to do things.
And this job is so hard to train for. You can tell somebody, okay, here are your ordinances. And then you go out in this call and there's all these different variables and yeah, you got to follow your ordinances, but it's really all about working with the community.
Like nuance a lot.
Yeah, like you gotta educate them. I don't want people to be scared of us when they see us. I want them to know I'm here to help you.
Yeah,
Like, and if they don't know to reach out to animal control or a shelter for help. So
absolutely.
that's what my thing is.
Yeah, and I mean, we talked to a lot of people on the phone and stuff, and people will be really scared of even Bayou, and I'm like,
Mhm.
Bayou is so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have to
We're
be
here to help.
worried like that. Like they'll be transparent with you, but
Right.
also like just well run. So I
Right.
think, and that's actually one of these was ACOs, and you kind of brought up they kind of historically have that bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
And why do you think that is, and what can we do to
I
change
think
it?
I'm so big on training.
Mhm.
A lot of these animal control, like you go and take a test and you pass, and then you get thrown into the field. And what if your ACO that is training you isn't really trained either? Like, this job is so hard to train for because it's on the spot. Like,
Yeah.
I can tell you all these things that could happen or that has happened, but when you're there, you
Like every
gotta.
single situation is different. Like you
Mhm.
could have like textbook rules for each scenario, kind of.
Right.
But then once you get out there, it's going to be completely different.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just
You
kind of
gotta
have to,
learn how to just work with people.
yeah.
And
It's
do
hard.
you find that like the community is open to talking to you, or
Oh, yeah.
like, but in general?
After
Yeah,
the
that's good.
first
Yeah.
2 minutes, yes.
Yeah. At first they're like, "Oh no," and I'm like, "I don't want to take your dog."
Like we're
Yeah.
just
That's how I'm not
How's-
taking your dog.
How do you break them in? Is that like is that
Usually-
your go-to line?
Usually I'm like, "I'm cool. I'm not taking your dog. Everything's fine. You're
Yeah.
all right. What's up?"
Yeah.
And just get on their level and
like I do want to pet your dog.
yeah, I'd like to
but I don't
meet your
want
dog. No, no.
Definitely don't want your dog.
We're
We'll
not,
cuddle a little bit.
just the dog catchers,
Yeah.
we're here to help people keep their pets in their home. That's what trying to do.
Yeah.
We have plenty. We don't
Yeah,
need
you
any
don't
more.
need your dog, man. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. I'll work with you if you work with me.
Would you say like most of the animal control officers you've worked with are cool?
Hmm.
You're like, no.
No, I've been very lucky from who I got trained by. I got trained by very experienced animal control officers, Terry Wheeler and Terry Rogers. Rogers is my girl. Me and her, we're best friends still, and she helps me out getting animals fixed for free and from Animal Alliance. They help us
Awesome.
out. So, I mean, I was really lucky to be trained by, and they're always there for me. Like, I'm always there for her no matter what time of the day or night.
Yeah.
We work crazy hours. I'm like, just let me know. I've been there. It is very scary sometimes. So I've been very lucky from who I got trained by.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think like, I mean, as somebody who's not done, I've been around animal control, but never done it. And I think having cool people like
It's everything.
is everything, and
Yes.
encouraging cool people to be animal control officers
Yes.
is important.
hmm
Yeah.
It's not rescuing all the time. A lot of people think, oh my God, it's such a cool job.
Yeah.
Rescuing animals. It's all people. It's
It-
mostly dealing with people, getting people
And like
to
enforcement.
comply.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like getting them to comply. And a lot of it is educating.
Yeah.
Some of them don't know our ordinances. Some of them don't even know to keep their dog on a leash.
Yeah.
They just, don't have a backyard, and hey, the dog comes back, and I explain why we have these ordinances. It's to keep your pet safe. It's to keep the public safe. I
Yeah.
don't just go out there, hey, there's laws, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is why we have them. And when you explain it, they're usually like, oh, and then, we can work with them and stuff. So
That's good.
that's what we try to do, but it's not
It's not
catching
all fun and
dogs.
games.
Sometimes we get really cool rescues. Oh yeah. We
Yeah.
get some cool ones.
Those keep us going. For sure.
What's one of the cool rescues that you can think of? Like recent
Oh
or
gosh.
So many.
Yeah.
But I guess I'll say mine first.
got one.
The other day I climbed into a sewer drain to save a dog with it was like one of the citizens were like, me and her are real cool. So she was there. She found the
It wasn't in our city either.
yeah, it was right outside, but
Yeah. Wasn't
I
our
went-
jurisdiction, but
I
we
went out to help. So she was blocking one side of the sewer drain and I was on the other side and we caught the dog. But I was like from mid-thigh down soaked with sewer water. It was kind of gross.
God.
those things can happen at any
But
time.
the dog's safe and the dog's happy. So
Well done.
It's fun.
I took the best shower when I got back to the shelter. It's like, this is
The
gross.
most amazing shower of my life. Oh my
Yeah.
You
gosh.
never know what our day's like.
But I didn't even second
Yeah.
guess it either. I saw the dog in there and I was like, can I wash my boots? And Nina's like, yes. And I was like, all right, I'm going in.
Go get in
Like,
there.
that's all I was worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's you really got to think. I mean, we got certain tools, but it's really thinking outside the box a lot. You know, I've had to like
Yeah.
duct tape catch poles to each other to poke a dog out, to push him into a trap. Like, just, you know, really think on the spot.
Yeah, and in that situation, it was so far in. We both had catch poles, and it was like the catch poles weren't even
Couldn't
gonna
reach,
work.
so
So
you
it was
had to
like
go in
either
there,
you just
so-
stay here and hope
Yeah.
that within the next couple hours this dog comes out, or you just get in there.
We get
Go
in
in
there,
there.
so
go
she had to assist another agency to get that dog. So
Wow.
yeah, and it was right close to us, and we found out about it. So
Yeah,
she
right on the side of the highway too.
went and helped.
A lot of traffic
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
This could go one way or the other.
We got to watch
It's
all
crazy.
that too.
my
Yeah,
gosh.
it's I've had a lot of fun calls.
Yeah.
So
What are some of the like tools that you said you have like what kind of stuff do you guys
I
use?
love when
Like,
people
catch-
donate tethers. Tethers help
Tethers?
dogs stay in where they, you know, stay at home.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tethers, they keep the dog contained so they're not running loose, so they don't end up at our shelter. So
Is
I
that
give the
like,
tools to people.
Those runner things?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We give, and then of course no chains, so we give
Yeah.
those out. Our tools like we use, snappy snares are awesome, but you should have a backup when you know you
What's a
use it.
snappy snare?
So if a dog's running really fast, you can
Mhm.
open it really big and then catch them real quick. It moves super,
Oh.
you know, like because trying to get a dog on a leash, they back up all the time.
Yeah.
Pull it, snap them, and you get them real quick.
Have you
So,
ever seen the
Oh.
pig? Like, it sounds really bad. Like the whips for the FFA kids with the pigs.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like that, but with like a slip lead on the end. Like
Mhm.
that's kind of like
and so then
how
it like
looks.
wraps.
It
it's like
moves
a-
fast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then they can't get through it because it's literally a slip lead, but it like snaps really close.
Yeah.
It's good
What
to have
about,
backup
like,
when you do it.
They
But you-
freak out a
yeah,
little bit.
You literally just learn as you go.
Yeah.
And safety is very important to me. Watch your surroundings and everything. Training. ACOs need training. I think it's so important for us to continue our training. Even, you know, helping with self-care, how we deal
Yeah.
with what we deal with, you know,
And
like
how do you do that?
take my time off.
Yeah.
I take my
I think
PTO.
that's some of the best advice for animal welfare,
Take
honestly.
your days off and shut your phones down
Yeah.
and don't look at your Facebook or your work.
Stay off.
Missy, she's bad about it. I
Yeah,
know.
Stay off all of your social media. I like to go like out in like to the trails and stuff where there's no service, so I can't get on my phone and focus on work stuff.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on the person itself. Like whatever makes you happy, you have to do it, and
Yeah.
you can't feel bad for doing that.
Yeah.
That's a lot of a guilt, I guess, for people in animal world. They just feel guilty
Absolutely.
taking their time off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turn my city cell phone on my Monday and I have
It's blowing
so
up.
many messages, but I leave it, I'm off, you know, and I've had to learn that over the years. I was really bad about checking phone, you know, my phone and everything.
Yeah.
I'm still,
off,
I'm
I'm
still
off. No.
learning that.
And I don't bring animals home either. People
That's-
always say,
yeah.
how do you do this and not bring animals home? I do this all day, every day. I have one dog, one cat. That's what I can deal with,
Yeah.
you know. So
I
Leah's
haven't
been
gotten
told,
to that
That's
point
smart.
yet.
she's been told she can't foster.
Yeah.
She's
Been banned from
big-
fostering.
Yeah, I mean,
big
that's
dog.
good though. I mean, that's like
Yeah.
that's something I have like I'm working on right now. And this morning I was like, no, like I can't do this anymore. Actually, my
Yeah.
foster dogs just I separate my cats from my foster
Mhm.
dogs, and my cat was under the couch and they attacked him, and I was in the ER on Saturday with my own cat
Oh, good.
for like hours, and I was like,
Right.
yeah, like I can't keep doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Yeah.
And people, I mean, I don't know, with I'm sure with y'all too, like people will guilt you. I can't
Oh,
stand
yeah.
people who are like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
isn't this your job?
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't take it?
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah, we get that all the time. We have to
Yeah.
explain.
I mean, it's really easy for me to feel bad. Like if you just ask me and push enough, then I'll cave.
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And it's like, okay, like I guess I'll take it home. I don't need to take this animal home
No.
to foster.
No.
yeah,
I physically, like, I don't have space. I legit don't have space, but
Mhm.
I'll do it for the animal. I'm not doing it for the person.
That's how we do it.
right.
That's what.
And then it's an endless cycle too. Like,
Yep.
Well,
once you
there's
get
always
in
going
it-
to be another one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's no
Yeah.
end. There's no
Yeah.
end to this.
And then you get banned from fostering, so you could take a break.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Well,
Great.
of course it's
Some
gonna take
people
a
don't
break.
do that, and I think that's actually that's something I've thought. I'm like with staff. I'm like, should we say no to fostering?
Right.
Should we allow it?
Mm-hmm.
It's a slippery slope, but I think it's important to like,
Set your boundaries.
yeah, because work is
Yeah.
work, and you can't.
And the heart's in it too, so it's
24/7.
really hard to.
And it's
Yeah.
animal care too, which is like,
Yeah.
Slippery slope. Yeah.
It is.
So easy to just go right downhill.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got to take your time. And like I said, your team, having your team support you and care about you and be there for you.
And then having them sit you down and be like, okay, like you're done. You're not fostering.
No, that's good.
you're,
Yeah.
You're gonna take your time off.
Yeah.
It's nice because whenever you don't have boundaries yourself,
Yeah.
it's nice when somebody steps in.
And it would take
like,
them
hey.
sometimes, the little like dying ones and the easy ones, but I've learned to set my boundaries.
That's smart.
It's taken me a while, but it's definitely consuming job.
Well, and I see a lot of people dip out of animal welfare
Mhm.
after a few years, and I
Sad.
think it's
Yeah.
and it's because it's a lot of times because of that.
Yep.
So I think that's smart.
Burnout. And everybody always, how do you do this? I love animals so much. I can never do what you do. Comments like that.
Yep.
And it's like, I don't do it for me. I do it for them.
Yeah.
We do it for them. We're strong for them. And I always also say, just because I carry it so well, it doesn't mean it's not heavy.
Yeah.
I'm carrying it for
She's smart. Look at yeah.
no. I'm just a dog catcher. What are you talking about? I like to use that when I want to, and then other times I'm not just a dog catcher. Oh, I'm just talking. I like to use that.
Oh, that's sometimes I'm at the adoption center, and I'm like, I'm not in charge.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I just work here.
What's happening?
I actually have my badge holder. It says, I don't know, I just work here.
Okay. Let's see. You already said there's no typical day.
You
Mhm.
never know.
What are some of the most common calls though, or situations you respond to? Is there some
You
common
probably know what I'm gonna say.
cats?
Cats.
Yes, ma'am.
Cats. Yep.
Everywhere.
God, cats. Feed them, fix them, y'all. If you
Yeah.
feed them, please fix them. Don't wait and call the shelter when they've all had babies. And there's low cost options out there. We're here to help. And if we can't help your situation, I'm going to give you resources to try to help.
And then once we step in and we give you these resources,
you do it.
Please
follow
utilize
through.
them. Yeah.
Yes. Like,
Do you see a lot of like where it's starting to feed cats and people get overwhelmed and then they want you to come and get them?
Yeah.
Okay.
and then they want it to be like an immediate problem fix thing.
Yes.
Like, you have to take them today because this is too much. I'm like, well, like, you can't really just take all your 15 cats today.
Right.
It's not.
No.
possible.
Yeah.
It is frustrating because then you're like, but you like, at least for me, I'm like, you fed
Yes.
them. Like you've been
Yes.
caring for them, and now all of a sudden,
Now it's going to be my problem.
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
I'm
Not a bad
constantly
guy.
working with Animal Alliance and stuff, and I'm trying to reach out to other places to help us do some TNR,
Yeah.
because, we can't adopt out feral cats, and
No.
TNR is the way to go with that,
Yeah.
so it's, and a lot of, dogs off leash,
Okay.
but it's been pretty calm lately, knock on wood. We've gotten our
They've learned that
Some
we are there and we're actually
citations
going to do our
Yes.
job properly.
That's good. Yeah.
we do
So
have
people
to do
are-
citations, and
Mhm.
and like Nina said when she was here, it's education before citations. I love that saying.
Yeah.
Like it really, and I'm like, hey, I warn them. Usually when they see me the second time, they already know what's coming, or the third time, depends.
Yeah.
Situations, but wrote a lot of citations lately. But so far the dogs at large, it's not so bad,
Mhm.
but it's mostly a lot of cat problems. right
Yeah.
now.
Our biggest issue right now is cats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of wildlife, but
And it's
They're
also
not
like what I
fun.
see with the cats is during kitten season when
Yeah.
the babies start popping out.
Mhm.
That's when everybody starts panicking.
yep, and that's
Yeah.
why we call it you. You have helped us out
Take the baby.
so
Take the baby.
much. I wanted to talk
Yeah.
about that really cool situation I had with these little scruffy dogs, and a family approached us and said they need help,
Yeah.
and they had too many dogs.
Yeah.
They're real cute little ones and stuff, and we were able to get them in and fixed. And you took some of them, and then Best Friends I think took some of them. It was amazing. So we were able to help this family rehome like 9 of their dogs, and then they had 4 male dogs that they complied. They got them fixed through a grant from Animal Alliance.
Amazing.
They brought all their boy dogs up there. So
Rosie Marie. I know because
Yeah.
actually Lori was asking me what happened with the rest of them. So she'll be
the
excited.
boys
to
all
know
got
that.
fixed. They're all up to date and everything, and the family was
Yeah.
very grateful. So
Well, we just
Those are
adopted out
dogs.
it's cool.
her
Yeah,
last puppy yesterday.
really. Yeah.
So she'll be next. She's gonna go get spayed, and
Oh my
then
gosh, cool.
they were adorable.
That's
little babies.
awesome.
I think I saw them on Facebook. They're little fluffies. They
Oh,
were so
yes.
cute.
So glad
Yeah.
that they reached out, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and
So
then she
cool.
got to, I mean, Lori's an incredible foster, and like they were
Awesome.
just so spoiled and well
I'm so glad.
mannered. And yeah, no, that was a great
So glad. Yeah,
example of
the girl was
collaboration.
crying to me like, "We have too many dogs, please help." And I'm like,
That's
"Okay, let's see what's
Yeah.
going on."
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really cool. It really takes a community to really do, what we do. It takes a village, of course, with our other shelters working and networking. It's everything. She's great about getting dogs out too with other rescues and
Yeah.
sometimes
yeah.
when they say yes.
Yeah. Hey, that's awesome.
They're all
Dogs
cool.
are hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for
Especially
us.
for big dogs.
Yeah, big
Mhm.
dogs.
That's what we got.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty normal. I mean, we just did a staff training this morning. We were talking about like no kill stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
they always say that the last few percentages typically are large dogs.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
and that's really like our community is at mostly.
Yep.
The large dogs are what we
Yep.
have trouble saving. So
Yep.
that's why I think like keeping them home is good.
Everything.
Where are these large dogs coming from? This is like my burning question. Are they are they
Black and gray
truly
pits and
stray?
shepherds.
Are they like truly
Yeah.
like getting born on the street, or
I don't.
are they coming from people's yards
They're
and
people's
stuff?
yards.
Yeah.
Backyard breeders. We
Mhm.
got a lot of the gray and black pits, and the Dickinson loves their shepherds. They got a lot of shepherds and stuff. I don't think they're literally street dogs, and
Yeah.
I think they're just, breed.
They get too big and
Try
they're
to-
like, okay, this is too much for me to handle. Then they're like, let's just let it go.
Open the
Somebody's
back
gonna,
gate.
yeah, somebody's gonna pick it up and take care of it, which is not always true.
Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't make it to us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just, if you get an animal, it's your responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
and if you need help, reach out. And a lot of people, I don't think, know to reach out to us.
Yeah.
Especially in like on our community, it's a lot of education, so we try to spread the word every day that
yeah,
we're
like
cool.
we're nice. Come talk to us.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, like
We'll
we'll
help
help
you.
you.
Mhm.
We'll help you. Yeah.
Absolutely.
and I think that
Yeah.
falls in like with the everybody's scared of animal control, so they don't
Mhm.
want to reach out for the help because they're like, oh, like if they know that I need help, they might take my animals. I'm
Mhm.
like, actually,
They don't
no.
want your animals.
Yeah.
I can confirm.
Yeah.
And actually, I can confirm for like every animal control officer in Galveston County for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
yeah.
none of them are like, yeah,
want
I
your
want
dog.
the, yeah.
I want
No.
that one specific.
I do everything
No.
we can to keep them in their home, even regardless. I had a case where she had really bad skin problem. Her body condition looked well, like he was feeding her and she looked alert and everything, really bad skin issue. Hey, you're gonna have to provide proof of healthcare for this dog. Here's a low-cost clinic. He
Mhm.
did it. He shows me pictures of her getting better.
looks
She looks
amazing now.
amazing. She's got her hair, and I wasn't just gonna straight up take the dog. Like,
Yeah.
the dog's, a little skinny, or if it has some hair loss and stuff, see what's going on. I'm not just gonna straight up, oh, you cruelly treated that animal. No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna, try to help you out, and we're not here to take your dogs and charge you and all that. We don't want to
Yeah,
do that.
that makes
I
sense.
want to see what's
Like
going
that
on.
part of the job doesn't make me happy. I don't like writing you tickets
No.
and stuff.
Right.
I like to see your dog happy and healthy.
Yep.
That's what I want.
Exactly. And like, how about instead of
It's
me
a
writing you
tool in the
another
tool belt.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, I've told people that's a repeat offender. How about you take your dog to the vet and I'm not going to write you, this citation because it's going to take money away from your dog.
Yeah.
So I don't want to. So he took him to the vet and provided proof and everything, and he's been pretty cool. So,
And do you think, is that like the majority of people you work with? Yeah.
a lot of them will comply, if you give them the resources and just explain it to them. Look, this is my job and it is a city ordinance, but I understand, so wish it was all just rescuing animals all day.
That'd be great. Like
It's
just go
not.
outside.
No,
and
but I
just
mean, like,
No, it's not. Yeah.
as a person who is not on the enforcement side and is in the rescue, I'm so grateful that y'all exist because sometimes it can be really frustrating. You're
Yeah.
just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
why does nobody follow just the rules?
know.
Just follow the rules.
I know. I tell them, hey, your rabies vaccine's gonna be cheaper than my rabies ticket.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm giving you a tether and your dog's still running loose. Our citations are pretty hefty in Dickinson, which I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
so
like, if you just do what you're supposed to, I won't be annoying.
yeah,
I don't want to be annoying, but I'll
Yeah.
do it until
Enjoy
like
it.
we get this done.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's something new every day, and we never know. We assist police department on cases,
We catch a lot of people in some very bad times, and they make it known.
yeah, we've
So
seen
it's
things that police have seen. I've had to go, with people that have been deceased in their houses and,
Oh my gosh.
help get PD can't search somebody's car because they got an aggressive dog in there. They call us.
Yeah.
So we really are first responders.
Definitely. Oh,
But for
100%.
some reason we're not labeled that. A lot of animal controls aren't
Really?
labeled. Yeah, they're actually trying to pass some bill
Yeah, let's
to
change
make
that
us
now.
as the first. Well, I'm on call. We're on call.
Yeah.
We get called out at 2 a.m. to clear a scene.
You're absolutely a first responder. Sure.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
always like, oh, just a dog catcher.
Yeah. No, no,
People
no.
don't
You're
know
calling
what
me
to
at
do.
2 a.m. to save you, so
Exactly.
it's fine.
You're like, well, you're not getting the dog out of the
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So,
That's funny.
yep.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that one of the questions on here was like, what would you tell somebody who might be interested in becoming an animal control officer?
I say experience hands-on with animals is very important. Handling animals.
You think
You need to
before you
know,
even get into the
yeah,
field?
behavior.
Yeah, I feel like if you
Handle
just jump right
animals.
into the animal world with animal control, it's just gonna eat you alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of, it's one of those things where you just kind of have to work your
Metaphorically
way
and
up.
physically.
Yes,
probably.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of have to work your way up to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so scary just to jump in and
You'd
be
be
an animal
terrified.
control. Like you
Yeah.
You
gotta
think
know
like
body
tech
language.
work
You gotta-
probably would be good?
That's what I mean. I started kennel tech and then I did vet tech stuff and
Then that way you're learning the body language too, and it's like you're learning body language with dogs that are stressed out already. So
Yeah.
kind of like
those are the
Similar
calls we
similar
get.
Yeah.
population already.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because those are the calls we get, an aggressive dog at somebody's front door and they can't go inside.
Yeah.
So you're gonna address it as, how am I gonna handle this dog? Is he just scared? Can I leash him? Am I gonna have to pull him?
Do I need backup?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you gotta learn how to handle that equipment, and everything like that. So like I said, training and
Mhm.
hands-on.
It's really hard to train for those
Mhm.
situations because it's like not an everyday kind of situation. Like
Right.
every aggressive dog at a door is not going to be the same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like
You handle one animal
different.
one way, the next animal you can't handle in that way. Just
Yeah.
like people.
Yeah.
There's certain people I can talk real straight talk to, and there's other people that, you gotta just know
Be a
your
little
audience
gentle,
and
yeah.
know your audience
Yeah.
and pick your battles
Yeah.
in this field. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That makes sense. Okay.
handling with animals
Are
handling
there
animals is important.
are there a lot of dogs you see that like aggressive in the field that end up not being that way or
I had
yeah.
one
Yeah.
recently that he was so bad. He's trying to get inside somebody's house and stuff, and he was cornered and everything, and I had to handle it. And there were kids around. I told the mom, like, you might want to put them inside. This might
It's gonna
not
look pretty
sound
bad.
pretty. So he
Yeah.
was coming out. I had to use my pole, but catch pole is my favorite tool. You know how to use it safely and stuff. Don't be afraid to catch pole a dog. I tell her that too. I'm like, don't let
Yep.
people, with your ego of, oh no, well, he's cool with me.
Yeah,
Like,
no, no, no.
don't,
Like, well, I
like,
don't know
just
this dog.
safety. Yeah, like always safety and stuff. So when I got him in, he stayed, what was it, like 2 days at the shelter, and then he
Mhm.
started coming around. I saw him this morning and he's all happy.
Yeah.
And he still
Like
likes
complete
me, which is cool.
360.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, you still like me. Okay.
Yeah, he's like a whole 360 now. Like you wouldn't think that this dog was trying to eat her at the front door.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
And
he's
it's so
so
different.
happy now. Like
Yeah.
everybody's his best friend. It's pretty
It's
nice.
so hard how they act in the field compared to how they act at the shelter, and it could be opposite.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, friendly out, and then they come into the shelter and shut down because it's stressful. So, number one thing is safety for me. You know.
Yeah, it's not gonna do anybody good, the dog or you if you get bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is interesting is, I'm from no kill and that background and everything. Now I'm animal control.
Yeah.
So I do see a different side of what animals and dogs can do to
Their
people.
capabilities, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I think just another reason why you have to keep dogs in a backyard or like in your house is
Yeah.
like they will get themselves in trouble.
Oh yeah, I tell people, I'm like, you're gonna get sued. You could,
Yeah.
it's just, you don't want to go through all of that over your dog. Come on.
Yeah, just like put them in the backyard
Yeah.
or get them what they need to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I try to tell people is we're rabies control. We protect the public from animals, and we protect animals from the public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our job, is rabies control. Like, people don't know that.
Yeah.
That's just Try to educate
Mm-hmm.
every day.
Every day. Well, one of the things
Education.
about cats too is this number I always throw out there. There's between 50 or 30 to 100 million free roaming cats without an owner, and there's 85 million owned cats. So there's only like there could potentially be more cats outside than we even have in our
Oh
houses.
yeah, I'd say that
So
too. I've told her that we were about to work on a colony, and I was like, when people tell you, oh, there's about like 5 that come around, double it.
yeah, yeah,
Leaving food out, double it.
yeah,
Yeah, so a lot of people do comply and show up to the appointments when I make them and stuff, but
Just
sometimes
after there's already 30 plus cats there.
yeah. I will say, like, because that was like when we first started out with Lifeline, we did a lot of TNR, and if you do like all 20 of them, a lot of times the colony really does dissipate pretty
it
fast,
does. It's
like
amazing.
within a year or two, because they stuff happens unfortunately, but
Right.
they go off. Or also I've seen where they like get friendlier and they go find homes because they're
Yeah.
like, all right, well,
Yeah,
it's
Like,
not
street life's
fun
not for me.
chase and tail anymore.
exactly.
Like,
It's
I should go
everything.
find
Yep.
an old lady to feed me inside.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Spay and
so
neuter is everything, and
mhm.
even the health benefits to getting spayed and neuter. I bring that out too, like testicular cancer, mammary cancer, UTIs. Like, you really want to pay for all of that? Like, just get
Yeah.
fixed.
And then once you bring that part up too, a lot of people don't even know that dogs can get any kind of cancer or even cats.
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
well, that's a thing.
Yeah, some people
Yeah,
don't even
you
know what
can-
a vet is.
Oh my
Like, we have
gosh.
to like start from scratch with some
Yeah.
people over here. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So I really got to work with them,
Yeah.
educate, but
It's a work in progress.
it is a
It's
work in
getting better
progress.
though.
I think so.
Mhm.
Especially, I mean, I've only been animal control since October, and it's already been a huge difference now versus then.
Nice. Yeah.
I think it just, again, what you said goes back to the really effective team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Being
really
able to-
is.
everybody being on the same
Everything.
page.
Yep.
Sure.
And we're all, we all know it's a hard job and stuff, but we still are laughing, and we can't just walk around mad all the time because we know
Yeah.
it's sad. We know this is
Yeah.
hard.
I just
Like,
make
we
them go
can't-
outside and look at the clouds. And I'm like, let's go outside. And they're like,
Like,
what
hug a
for? I'm like,
tree.
look at the clouds today. It's pretty. There's a
I
bird
love
on the
it.
fence.
So glad that she's my partner. She does bring.
We just do the
It's
stupidest
balance
moments.
of like,
Sometimes I need to
positivity.
take it down a notch.
and then you're like, okay, careful, don't hurt yourself over there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's great. Bayou's been through big changes,
Yeah.
so it's awesome to see how awesome it is now and to be a part of it, so
I'm glad it's
Awesome.
the first shelter I work at
Yeah.
because
you got lucky.
I would have went
'Cause I've
back
been
to
through
dog
some.
boarding. Like, sorry guys, I'm going back to where I'm comfortable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I've been through some,
Some crazy
hard management to deal with, and that kind of thing, so I'm grateful to be here.
Great. Well, and it's unfortunate because the only way we change this is having good people in these fields and in these roles. So we don't want to scare them off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and don't ever assume like, oh my God, this thing isn't done. They're not doing it. Like, they're probably busy. We're all busy.
Probably have 10 other things they're doing at the
Yeah,
same
don't-
exact moment.
There's like at
Nitpick.
least 5 things that I'm like, I've dropped the ball on that for sure this weekend. I'm like, I just
Yeah.
literally don't have time.
Yeah.
Like, I know that
You're one person. We
Yeah.
can't save the world.
Yeah.
Try,
know,
but it's
we
not
can-
going to work.
That's exactly. I always try to think of that, saving one dog won't change the world, but for that one dog,
Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
then it gets hard because I'm like, here's another one.
Right.
Yeah.
And we said
Here's another
earlier,
one.
and I know we need to shut down here, but like how there's no hope, and I'm like, well, I would say that like there is gonna be a need for animal control, and there's gonna be a need for high volume animal sheltering,
Yeah.
probably until we die for sure.
Yeah, it's never gonna.
Much, and probably way past that. So I think it's just resetting the expectation of like,
Mm-hmm.
this is just what it is, and how can we do it as compassionately
trying.
and
Yeah, people up north are like, what?
yeah
What do
yeah
y'all do with your animals down here?
yeah.
Yeah.
But even them, they have animals up there too, and
Right.
there's no state, I've looked, I don't think
Mhm.
there's any state where every shelter is no kill or every shelter is Texas. It's tough.
Mhm.
It's definitely like the hardest, but
Mhm.
it's not like
Great, yeah.
there's like this promised land of the north, and it's like
You're like, not really.
no,
Yeah.
it's just different.
Fake.
Yeah.
It's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
I mean, there's
networking.
definitely less animals dying there, and but also climate,
exactly
society, just
Right.
different things.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's
But
still
it's awesome to have you guys in your roles and what you're doing for the city of
it's-
Dickinson.
thank you.
I
It
think it's
keeps us busy, but it's,
We love it.
we
you do
love it.
great, and
It's the best job and the worst job. I love it and I hate it.
Yeah.
I think you guys are a really good example too for everybody of like how to do it
Yeah.
right.
Just
So
speak to people, let them, if they're upset, they're usually not upset at you, but even if they are, just let's talk to them.
yeah,
See what's
Sometimes
going
they just
on.
need somebody to listen.
yeah.
Because not
Yeah.
a lot of people listen, especially
true.
about animals.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
I
not a
get
lot
that
of
all the
people.
time. Like as
Yeah.
people call and be like, "I'm sorry, there's nobody to help me," and I'm like, "I know, I'm so
I
sorry."
feel you. Yeah, I
I'm
get
like,
it.
there is no resource for that, and that's terrible, but it is what it is. And
Right.
I'm like, I'm sitting here with you, like there's
Like,
nothing.
I
to
feel
do.
bad that I
It's
can't
terrible.
do anything, but
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
can't do anything.
That's so
Yeah.
I know. And Nina's always like put it in my head, every time somebody walks through that door and they have an animal, we all instantly are like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there we go. But at least they came to the shelter. They need help.
Yeah.
Regardless of what the situation is, they cared enough about the animal to come and ask and seek help.
They didn't just leave it on the street for you to go pick up. There's a lot of
Exactly.
people are doing. So.
Yep. And I think it's like when the word's out that you're no kill, here comes the dump dogs.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's
Mhm.
like, y'all are making it difficult.
Yeah.
for
Well, and
us to
again, I want to
remain.
remind everybody that like a lot of Galveston County is no kill. A lot of
Yeah.
the shelters are.
Mhm.
So we are in a more and more safe community. So
Yeah.
and
it is getting better.
and if all the shelters can get to that, then there won't be all these people that like it's
Right.
people need to be able to trust their shelter so that they're
Exactly.
not offloading it on other jurisdictions because that's
Exactly.
not going to help
We
them.
get that. Yeah.
Especially if they keep dumping the dogs, then we're gonna have to be forced to become.
Then
the
you're
kill
not going to,
shelter.
yeah,
Exactly.
there's a reason, there's the lines and there's the
Mhm.
budgets and all that. So, okay.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, I could probably talk to you guys for hours and
I know, I'm
hours.
sorry.
No,
I
it's
totally,
good.
went on and on.
But thank you so much for coming on again, what you do for the community. And
Thanks for having
sure
me.
we'll
Yeah, thanks
we'll
for
talk
having
again.
us.
It's always cool to look in a different
Yeah.
view of animal welfare.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
So,
like no matter what y'all are doing, if you're a kennel tech, if you're animal control, if you're the front desk, if you're a volunteer, or all of it's important.
absolutely.
All of it is. Nobody's
Yeah.
working harder than the other. We're all, so it's really, we appreciate everybody. We're all working hard and we're trying
We're all drowning together, but we all also love it.
try to
so-
make it fun somehow.
We're
got,
all
we got our
it's
dark
chaos.
humor.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right.
That's what helps.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm so honored.
All right. Bye guys. See you later.